Hey, good Monday morning, everyone. This is Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Monday, July the 10th. Yes, it's Monday. And this morning, as I was looking through Facebook, which I'm trying to do a little bit less lately, just for a lot of reasons, I saw a post. What is the shortest horror story of all time? Answer, it's Monday. You know, funny but not funny. We need to try to rid ourselves of these thinkings that are so blocking to anything positive. Notice I tried not to even say the word negative, but it's true. These thinkings that come into our minds, these thoughts, take us to such a bad place. They take us to a place where we are blocked from doing so much good that we can do in our life. So I urge you to try to do that. I know, as I always say to you, I put my hand up and say I'm working on it myself, but it's something to really think about because we need to have an open mind and heart for positive, compassionate feelings to be the top of our mind, the top. Anyway, with that in mind, let us listen to today's gospel, which is from St. Matthew chapter 9, verses 18 to 26. While Jesus was speaking, an official came forward, knelt down before him, and said, "My daughter has just died, but come, lay your hand on her, and she will live." Jesus rose and followed him, and so did his disciples. A woman suffering hemorrhages for 12 years came up behind him and touched the tassel on his cloak. She said to herself, "If only I can touch his cloak, I shall be cured." Jesus turned around and saw her and said, "Courage, daughter, your faith has saved you." And from that hour the woman was cured. When Jesus arrived at the official's house and saw the flute players and the crowd who were making a commotion, he said, "Go away. The girl is not dead, but sleeping." And they ridiculed him. When the crowd was put out, he came and took her by the hand, and the little girl arose. And news of this spread throughout the land. It is quite often thought, what is the difference between empathy and compassion? Empathy needs to precede compassion because empathy is sensing and then understanding the feelings of another. Sensing and understanding is exactly what Jesus does in the first part of the gospel. He senses what is going on. He understands what's going on. And then, of course, the compassionate is the action that takes place. And Jesus does that not once, but twice, as he's met along the way by the woman. And then he raises the little girl from her illness. Empathy must precede compassion, but empathy needs us to be a little more aware, and as I said in my intro, blocking out all thoughts that are not positive in our life so that we can be more aware of the issues going on with ourselves and with others. And then it takes that understanding, and that understanding, my friends, is the knowledge part, and delving in to things that maybe seem uncomfortable to us. Now, Jesus, as you notice, walks right through that. He has a determination about him in the Gospels that really is motivating and inspiring to us. And we need to have the same courage. Yes, courage is needed when we are in a place where we are trying to understand a little bit more and empathize so we can be compassionate with the issues facing others. I can't help but put out there that animal issues are at the top of this list. Many times, I myself and I hear so many others don't have the courage to delve in and find out exactly what is going on with them. And when we do, that is when we can open our mind and heart, as Jesus did, and have that compassionate act ready to go, whatever it might be, just to help even just a little bit those who are suffering. Now, if you'll notice too, in the gospel, it was courage on the place of the woman, at the place of the woman too, who he cured with the hemorrhage. She had to have courage. So encouraged by the person offering compassion meets the courage of the one receiving, and that does happen, the most beautiful thing happens, doesn't it? Courage meets courage, and compassion rains down in the most powerful and beautiful way. But yes, it takes that sensing and it takes that knowledge that we must have the ability and the open heart to do. Well, my friends, that's my message for you on this Monday morning. A beautiful Monday morning, I might add. I ask you to take it with you into your week and into your day. If it was helpful, share it on your page for others to listen to. I always welcome your comments and your thoughts, your questions. I thank you so much for being part of my reflections when I'm here, and I know you're in here listening along and listening maybe even later on. It really does make me smile. Have a great Monday, everyone, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.